Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Carpe. This is my persuasive speech for my Speech 101 class, index number 8012. I'm going to be convincing you to buy a real grown Christmas tree this Christmas if you celebrate Christmas instead of an artificial one. The reason I want to persuade you to do this, which sits with me very personally, is I'm kind of a hippie. I really care about the environment, and you should too. We want to leave this planet a better place for our children than we had it. And you can contribute to that by buying a real Christmas tree. Real Christmas trees are better. Buying a Christmas tree is an American tradition. Some families buy these artificial trees because it's easier. It can be kind of difficult to go cut down your own tree or put a tree up in your car to bring it home when it's already been cut down. So it seems like a great compromise to just have a plastic one. But unfortunately, and many people don't know this, artificial trees have many negative impacts. There's a couple reasons why real trees are better than artificial trees. Artificial trees are bad for the environment for many reasons. Artificial trees are made overseas, and that's not me being a xenophobe. That's actually not good for your environment. I have nothing against people or materials or anything like that from overseas. It's just good to stimulate the local economy. And artificial trees also don't look or smell as great as real ones. So starting with my first point, artificial trees have a negative impact on our environment. What's so bad about these fake trees? These trees are made of a toxic plastic called PVC. This plastic cannot be recycled, and it leaches toxins, which if you have children or pets or really care about your own health, that's not good. And a lot of people with children and pets get these trees. Another thing is that these artificial trees have to be transported thousands of miles. A lot of them are produced in China, up to 70% or so. Think about how much gasoline is being used to transport them here versus getting your own real tree locally. Real trees don't have this, carbon footprint. They actually are carbon negative. Real trees produce oxygen. Fake trees don't do this, obviously. They're made of plastic. The real trees produce oxygen using photosynthesis, if you've ever heard of it. They produce oxygen and take in carbon dioxide, kind of the opposite of people. We take in oxygen and produce carbon dioxide, and it's like a balance. We should respect that balance. Another thing, real trees provide habitat for animals. Moose, squirrels, deer, all that type of wildlife that lives in pine forests. It's great for them. Christmas tree farms are gigantic. So many trees are planted every year that it has a really beneficial effect on our environment. And you can get these Christmas trees pre-cut, or you can cut them down yourselves. Pre-cut is easier. My second point is that fake trees aren't just bad for the planet, they're not great, they don't stimulate the local economy. And that's the point I meant earlier when I said it's bad that they're made overseas. The production of artificial trees doesn't support the local economy because they're coming from overseas. Local tree farm sales benefit the local economy because they're local. And even if they're 100 miles away from where you buy them, that's not thousands of miles. And the trees are taking the carbon negative impact, and that will far outweigh anything that is used to drive a truck full of trees a number of miles. Local tree farms also create jobs for Americans, and everyone knows when you create jobs, that stimulates the economy. Buying, spending, and having jobs stimulate the economy. So artificial trees made outside the United States are not going to support the local economy. When you go to pick out a real tree, it's kind of this tradition and experience that you don't get with fake trees. Fake trees are aesthetically not as pleasing. Real trees smell good. There's that distinguishing smell. They look nice. That tradition of tree picking is just not like the plastic trees. The real trees, they look much nicer. Their needles are natural. That's how they're supposed to look, and it's something that plastic will never be able to mimic, at least not with our technology now. The artificial trees don't have that pine smell. They don't add to that Christmassy holiday vibe you get from the real trees. Another interesting fact is real trees clean the air. They do this after they die even, and they're really good for your health to have real trees. This benefit can even be increased if you get a potted live tree. The benefit of potted live trees is they don't shed as much as cut down live trees or dead trees after they're cut down. So you can not only have something that is better for your air in your home, but you can plant it afterwards and enjoy it for the rest of your life because they live longer than humans. After you are done with your real tree, you probably put it out on the curb for tree recycling, and it gets taken to be turned into a number of things from compost to wood chips to being recycled into recycled wood furniture, paper, all types of things. Whereas a plastic tree just sits in a landfill and contributes to making the earth ugly, and it leaches toxic runoff into the environment. Real trees can be recycled. Plastic trees cannot. PVC is a non-recyclable plastic, like styrofoam. In conclusion, picking out a tree is a fun family tradition. It is great for the environment, and it's great for the economy. I'm going to leave you off with some images in your mind of a famous Christmas tree, the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. It's beautiful, and it just would not have that same effect if you knew that 60-foot tall tree was made of plastic. The benefits of real trees are why you should buy them. That environmental, economy, and aesthetic far outweigh anything good you might see about fake trees. I used to think that fake trees were better, but upon research, I changed my mind. I hope you change your mind too. And if you have any questions, you can contact me at scarpe, C-A-R-P-E, 3374 at student.bccc.edu. Thank you for listening.